I wanted 12 kids. I wanted to have a big family. And it just wasn't in my cards, I don't think. We had 2 miscarriages prior to Jordanna, and then we finally got past the 6-month scary part. And then we went into labor after going to a visit, and they told us that come back when your time's close. And so we went home and we labored at home for a while, and there was a moment in time where I knew something was wrong and I needed to go to the hospital now. They told us that she didn't have a heartbeat. And I sat up out of my bed and I looked at him dead in the face and I said, "Do you want me to deliver a dead baby?" He said, "Are you crazy?" 7 people walked out because they couldn't handle it. When she came out, all you hoped was to hear was a cry. That's all you would have hoped for. She was perfect. She had blonde hair, blue eyes. She had perfect fingers, perfect toes. There was no reason as to why she had passed away. Nobody could tell me. We did do an autopsy and they couldn't find anything either. What they had told me is there was a kink in her cord and she basically suffocated inside. So they kept her in an operating room across the hall from me in one of those plastic bassinets and just covered her up with a blanket. And as I'd look over, out of my bed, I could see her sitting there all alone. I didn't know how to tell people that I had just lost my daughter. I didn't know how to tell my son. How do I tell my son that the one dream that I was going to give him, I couldn't bring home to him? He knew we had gone to the hospital to deliver her, and it wrecked his world. He was in kindergarten, and he actually stopped talking for 3 weeks and didn't say a word. It wasn't just me and my son, it was everybody around us. And you got to go home and you have to take down a baby room. Your neighbors are coming to your house to bring you baby gifts. How do you tell them you don't have a baby? There was one lady who came to my rescue. And I say rescue because I don't think I would be sitting here without Patty Walker. I thank God for her every day because without her, I don't think I would have had more kids. I don't think I would be here. Parent care was run by Patty Walker. I don't know how she got a hold of me. I couldn't tell you. Parent care is whatever I needed, she was gonna make happen. She just allowed me to feel. She was very supportive in a way that nobody else really truly understood. Those little things where you're with people who understand. It's a really crappy group to belong to, but I'm grateful for that group. Just a lot of things have changed and improved 100 times better. Because at the time Jordanna was not born outside a womb and didn't take a breath outside a womb, she couldn't be baptized in the Catholic Church. And now babies can be baptized. Another thing was the photographs. You don't realize how important those photographs are until she's gone. And all you have is that memory, and sometimes you don't remember what her fingers look like. When I went to bury her, they didn't have a casket the size for her. They had never written an obituary for a baby. And nowadays it's very common. Here at the gravesite, they had a very small baby section, and now it's open to triple what it was. So nowadays they have this thing, it's called a cuddle cot, which allows the families to spend more time with their babies, to say their goodbyes, and it keeps the body cool enough so that they can have that extra time. That is a huge development. I would love to see a cuddle cot in every hospital if that's possible. When I left the hospital, it was pamphlets with the pregnancy center in Calgary. It'd be nice for us up here in the northern part and further up to have that option. Unfortunately, our marriage didn't survive with the loss of our daughter. We're both fortunate enough to now have partners in our lives that are supportive and understand how much that changed our lives. I just want even one single family just to say, it's okay. And there's people like us. I'm a single mom of 3 kids, and it's okay. It'll happen. I had 2 miscarriages, my oldest son, 2 miscarriages, Jordanna, 2 children, and then 2 miscarriages after that. I have an inherited daughter because she didn't have anywhere to go, and I raised her as my own, and that's Victoria. So I have a well family, but I just, part of you still missing. As a parent, you never want your child to be forgotten.